Hello, sweet, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Divine Alignment. Have you ever felt stuck? Or do you currently feel as though you are feeling stuck? We are going to be diving into this topic today because I know that it is so relevant for so many. I see many clients coming to me expressing, I just feel stuck. I just help me get unstuck. And I am certainly no stranger to this as well. And recently I have received so many illuminations about this that I really want to share with you because I just think that understanding this could truly change everything when we begin to actually understand the energetics and the reality that there is actually no way to really ever be stuck. So, I'm going to be sharing a channeled message as well that came through about this, and as well as just the energetics of this, because I think that when we can understand the energetics, this will free your mind so much in that I believe that understanding the energetics is part of it. And then I really think that this channeled message will shift some things for you as well, because they certainly did for me. But to begin, let's just really look at energy. Energy, there's literally no way for energy to actually be stuck. So to break your the title of this and everything, there's actually the illusion of being stuck is probably a better title, because there's actually no such thing as being stuck. You're not stuck. There's no such thing as energy being stuck. It's always moving. Energy is always in motion. This is how the universe works. Energy is always moving. It's just that it may not be moving in a favorable way. And this can, of course, create the appearance or the illusion that we feel stuck. So I'll share for myself personally, I have spent many years feeling, quote, stuck. Mostly, and here's the big realization I had a few years back, I realized that a lot of the reason why I felt stuck was just because I was in comparison. I was comparing myself to other people's journeys, to other people's accomplishments, to other people's success and other people's achievements. And that made me feel stuck simply because I was not doing, achieving, becoming, or whatever, all of these things. And I know for a lot of people, like type A people, overachievers, perfectionists, like this can be a very real thing when we are seeking to achieve. If you're a 3 on the Enneagram, like myself, um, achievement feels good, and achievement feels good for anyone. But when we find ourselves comparing ourselves to what other people are doing and being and accomplishing, it can create the illusion that you are stuck and not moving. This is not the case, because you are moving in your areas of life. And another thing is that, like, not moving is still moving, because that could be what your body actually needs to move, right? So, like, there's no such thing. There's absolutely no such thing as not moving. You're always moving. You just might not be moving in the way in which the people you are looking at are. Okay. So I feel like I spent a lot of my life in previous years, kind of like before my spiritual awakening, really comparing myself, my journey, in a lot of ways. This was quite some years ago, and I always felt just stuck. Like things weren't moving. I wasn't accomplishing. I wasn't, things just were never fast enough for me. And this manifested in a lot of health issues, a lot of anxiety. And I really believe that a lot of that can be avoided if we can begin to understand energy and our energy, right? And so I finally began to deepen my spirituality and really had like my spiritual awakening and dove into this realm. And I found that my feeling stuck kind of, it was like it just began to chip away at that. And I noticed it slowly just disintegrating and disintegrating and disintegrating over the years. Um, I recently, just a few weeks ago, had this like, oh my gosh, moment of like, how could we ever feel stuck? How could we ever feel stuck? My guides brought through this transmission of just like, whoa, there is no such thing as ever being stuck. And I really, it felt like just this final, like the final part of the iceberg was just like washed, fell off and washed away. And then what happened? And so I've been planning this episode for a while, because this is something a lot of people have come to me for over the years, and I've helped a lot of people through this because really it's a subconscious thing to really be perceiving our world as this. It's an energetic thing. It's never a physical thing. The physical manifestation is a reflection of your internal state. So even though things appear to be stuck on the external, it's an internal thing, right? So I've been planning this episode for a while, and then what happened is I myself had to have another experience of feeling, quote, stuck so that I could actually empathize. And this is what a lot of what I experience, if you're familiar with human design, um, as a 3 line, is I really learned through experience. And so I had this experience of waking up and I was like, wow, I just feel stuck today. And it was so, that was exactly what I needed to experience in order to actually create this episode, because it was like, oh, no matter how much we grow and evolve, there are still times where we may feel the things that we think we've overcome. Okay. And so don't ever think that you're, again, regressing, because that's impossible too. You're always moving forward. You're never stuck. Energy is always in motion. And I find so often when I do, so like when I really tuned in, I was like, why do I feel stuck? Well, number one, full moon. Number two, collective energy around the full moon. Number three, I needed to understand these deeper energetics of the quote stuckness. And number four, there's the reminder that we can't ever, there's actually a lot of lessons in here, but the ones that are relevant and going to pertain to you are like, there are other, it's always an opportunity for us to check in with ourselves and to trust and know that just because you are perhaps re-experiencing something does not mean that you have lost progress or are backtracking or backpedaling, or that you even are stuck. Just because you have this sensation of something does not mean you are it. And this might also mean that there is another belief or trauma or experience that is like rising to the surface for you to be shown to you, because sometimes we actually have to slow down so that these things can be brought to the surface for us to look at. So perhaps you being, quote, stuck is like your body and mind and spirit soul's way of slowing you down so that you can look at whatever it is that wants your attention, that is seeking your attention, that wants to be acknowledged so that it may release. And then once that happens, this alchemical process happens where now all of a sudden you are moving so fast and have so much momentum that you would never believe you were once stuck, right? So with all of that being said, I really want to dive in now to the channeled message that they shared around feeling stuck. And so with this, I just always invite you With any channeled message, the reminder you drew this to you. This is simply an invitation for you to receive what your soul wanted you to hear. And anything that doesn't resonate, that is totally fine with channeled messages or with anyone's message. Take what resonates, and whatever doesn't is fine. Let's begin. To realize, sense, see, and feel stuck is a very real human sensation. And it is merely a perception, rather a misconception of your flow of energy. You perceive energy is not flowing, and rather it is flowing where you do not desire. A flowing towards through stories, people, circumstances, and ideas which you do not desire in this current moment. And so the next question becomes, how do you change the energy flow? It begins by first acknowledging where it is flowing, understanding that this served a purpose, a time, and a way of being, not deeming it as wrong, bad, or lacking it, or lacing it with shame, blame, or guilt. And the next step would be to lovingly ask, what would be the best use of my energy flow? This answer may surprise you, for it may not be what you envision is the way to which you desire to go, or being the ultimate end destination. It may simply be a bridge to where you desire to go. This may be to rest, to call a certain person, to get rid of something in the physical, to have a conversation that you've been putting off, to write down your thoughts and feelings, to go for a walk, to be in nature, or do anything that first illuminates into your mind. And if it doesn't make sense, trust it. For it is often the messages that do not make sense that lead to the clarity you seek. This is how you reverse engineer energy. To identify where it is flowing with loving awareness, and then ask where it can be guided and directed in this now moment. Trusting, sensing, and feeling that the ultimate destination is known, seen, and understood by your higher self, God, and the universe. And so you need not worry about how it transpires, simply knowing it will. Trust that it will. Energy will never stop flowing as long as the universe is in existence. And so it is simply tuning into your unique energetic flow, learning how energy flows, and working with your own unique energetic signature. Getting to know, sense, feel, and create alongside your unique energy. For this, herein really lies the secret. Is your energy is unique to you and your energetic signature. And as you learn your energy, your flow, and your unique dance alongside the universe, you now know and understand how to work with your energy, your soul, and now becoming the master magician of your reality. So I just invite you to breathe that in, because just as these are words, this is also a frequency in which you are able to receive. Words are simply the carrier of the underlying message and meaning. And so such a good reminder for me to, I mean, I receive these messages, but I also receive these messages, right? Therefore, me, as well as you and all who choose to receive them, I really just want to, I think, bring home what they were sharing about it. It's two things, it's two steps. First, identifying where is the energy flowing and not judging it. Not judging it. They share, it served a purpose. Wherever it was flowing, it served a purpose, whether to protect you, to protect someone else, to try and keep you safe, even if our mind likes safety. And even if it's not growing us and evolving us, that's why we do this deeper work. That's why people come to me and we release these blocks so that you are no longer, your mind is no longer trying to keep you safe from something that it doesn't need to be kept safe from. But seeing and honoring and recognizing, oh, that was just my mind, my body, my soul trying to keep me safe. Number two is just, where do you want it to go? And ask yourself and be open to the answer, right? Really be open to the answer, because we think that it has to make sense to our logical mind, and it might make no sense. It might make no sense when you tune in and ask, what is the best use of my energy in this now moment? Because it might be to take a nap. It might be to call some random person. It might be to go throw away something in your place that's not serving you anymore. And then what this does is it gets the ball rolling, and it creates the momentum, and it leads to that end destination that your soul, source, God, the universe knows. They know where you want to go. Okay. And understanding your energy, I think, is one of the greatest gifts you could give to yourself. And that's what what really stood out to me there at the end is, if you can understand your unique energy, how it works, how your soul is really asking to move through the vessel of your body, then all of a sudden you could see that there's just no way to have this perception of being stuck, because you're living in harmony and alignment with your soul. And if you feel feelings of stuckness, you now know it's either not yours, or it's just a redirection of your energy. But there really is such a unique flavor and texture and frequency of your energy and how it works. And understanding that will truly change everything for you. If you are seeking to really, if you feel like you have these bigger blocks of just feeling stuck, please work with someone, whether it's myself or someone else, because sometimes they can be too hard for us to release on our own. Okay. So please, this is not ever, this is for your illumination and your realizations, but never a substitute for doing this deeper work that we all need at times. We all need. If you are a human, this 3D experience can be a lot. This 3D experience in a human body on this earth, it can be a lot. And so reach out, please, if you need help with that bigger boulder, or to help someone to help you chip away at the bigger parts of it. Okay? You're not meant to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. But no, you could never be stuck. Absolutely never be stuck. Energy is always moving. And this is your invitation to learn how to navigate and guide and be with your energy, to lovingly witness it and then lovingly direct it. And so with that, my loves, I am sending you all infinite love.